I have an unfortunate follow-up video because like 3 days ago, I did a video about the Joel Embiid performance in the preseason where I thought he looked quite good. However, his first game of the season could not have backtracked that more. I have to imagine this was a deeply conflicting game if you're a Philadelphia 76ers fan, because on one hand, VJ Edgecombe was awesome. He had a really, really good game, literally a dream rookie debut. I think he had 36 or 38 points, one of those two. He set the rookie record for points in a first quarter in your debut that was previously held by LeBron James. Like, really, you just could not ask for any better than that. He had 34, actually. 34.7 rebounds, 3 assists, 5 for 13 from 3, 13 for 26 from the field, 60% true shooting. Just unbelievable for a rookie. On top of that, Tyrese Maxey had 40 points in one of the most damn he really can't miss games that I have watched in a long time. But Joel Embiid, oh my God, was Joel Embiid bad in this game? He finished with 4.6 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block on 1 for 9 shooting, 0 for 4 from 3. He also had a team worst negative 16 plus minus, and he only played those 20 minutes because it was so clear that he was not really ready. It was so clear that he was not there. Like, I'll be honest, dude, it looked like a corpse. He looked like the corpse of Joel Embiid was reanimated and asked to go play a basketball game, but, didn't quite have the technology for that. Like, I cannot express enough how bad he looked. Like, as bad as that box score is, as bad as it is that he had to be taken out of the game, literally the actual highlights of it all, or I guess the entirely lowlights of it all, are so bad. So, like, the main thing, he looks very sluggish. He did not look quick on his feet at all. But the big thing is that he's not jumping. Now, I imagine that this is not because he's incapable of jumping. He did jump like 2 or 3 times in this game in total, but like, he is not elevating much on his jumper. Not that he left his feet on his jumper that much, but he did a little bit. There was one shot where he went for a face-up jumper over Xavier Tillman, and like, he just didn't have any lift. He didn't have any lift in the shot and his feet. So like, Tillman just swatted the hell out of it. It was very tough to watch. I don't even know if he attempted a layup in this entire game. It was exclusively jump shots, mid-range, and three-pointers. And on defense, was not jumping to block shots, was not jumping to grab rebounds. I don't think it's because he can't jump, but rather that he's trying to not hurt himself again. But to be honest, while there are things that you can add to your game, unfortunately, you need to jump in basketball. I don't think you can just completely avoid jumping altogether as a way to preserve yourself, or at the very least, you can't do it while being not a significantly worse player. Like, he really just could not do much of anything on both ends of the floor. Like, they ended up closing with Dominic Barlow playing the center position. Both teams went small, to be fair, for a good portion of it. If you were looking for positive signs for Joel Embiid, you didn't get a single one in this game. In fact, these are about as many negative signs as you could possibly expect. I'm a little baffled because I understand that the preseason isn't the season and that teams are not going as hard as they otherwise could be. But, like, he looked a lot better in that game than he did in this one. Like, it looked like night and day. It looked like he went from like, oh shit, this could be Joel Embiid back at his best, to looking like Joel Embiid right before he went down with injury last season and sat out the entire year. And that is another thing that, like, the last time we did see him, he looked really bad. This time around, he looks healthy. Like, he clearly lost a lot of weight. He looks very skinny. But he's so sluggish, so unwilling to jump. If he's just going to be a jump shooter, like, this is how bad Joel Embiid was in this game physically. He didn't foul bait a single time. Not once did Joel Embiid flail his body around, try to draw contact, jump into the defender, because that would require jumping. It was actually mind-boggling to me how bad he looked. Like, honestly, I thought he was skilled enough that even if he's literally a corpse, he can do better than this. Because, I mean, we have seen Joel Embiid play while not being anywhere near ideal shape, and he's definitely a worse player, but he looked damn near unplayable in this game, and based on the statistics, he was the Sixers' worst player on a roster that is pretty lacking in depth. Like, other than their guard position, where they are very much stacked, the rest of it is bad. Paul George also did not play in this game, so, like, fucking Jarris Walker and Dominic Barlow and fucking Bona, what's his Adem Bona, I know very little about him. Like, all of them were better than Joel Embiid in this game by a pretty substantial margin. So yeah, that is very worrisome. And I did a video again on that preseason game where I was optimistic. I tend to like to be optimistic. Even though Joel Embiid is not my favorite player in the world, my policy is pretty much always that, like, the best version of the NBA is one where everyone is at their best. I don't buy into, like, oh, I don't like celebrate failures for players pretty much ever. The only time where I might do that a little bit mildly is just when my ego gets wrapped up in being correct. But, like, I don't want to be correct about Joel Embiid's career being over. That sucks. I don't want that. I don't want it. It just sucks. It just absolutely sucks. And again, if you're a Sixers fan, I really want to know how you felt about this game, because there was so much to be happy about and so much to be very, very depressed about. Like, not only was he so bad that it's like, yeah, they're probably going to have to move on from the Embiid era, it's also like you kind of can't. Because how many years are left on his contract at like $50+ million a year? It's got to be at least 2. I think he signed an extension somewhat recently in the past year or 2. Current contract. Oh boy. Oh boy. That is not good, bro. He is on a contract until 2029, because I guarantee you he's going to pick up that $67 million player option. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that will stop them from capitalizing on this young talent anytime soon, because even if VJ and Jared McCain, Tyrese Maxey continues to be Maxey, Quentin Grimes ends up being a really nice bench piece, like whatever that may be, all this money wrapped up in Embiid, not to mention all the money that is wrapped up in Paul George, this could end up being a fucking disaster, like a cosmic type disaster, because like Paul George, not very good last year. I was optimistic that he could improve this year, but like a lot of that is based around Joel Embiid being healthy. My logic is that Joel Embiid just draws a lot of attention from the defense. If he has both Maxey and Embiid there to draw attention from the defense, Paul George just gets way easier coverage to deal with, is way more likely to cook. But no, he has a $57 million player option in 2028. So you might have over $100 million wrapped up in players that you don't even want on the roster. It's a good thing all the other players besides for Maxey are on rookie contracts. Or I guess Quentin Grimes is also on a qualifying offer, so you may not even be able to re-sign him, which might not be the biggest deal in the world because you already have 3 guards who are a key part of your team. I do think VJ could maybe play the 3. I think Grimes, you can get away with playing the 3, but like probably going to end up losing Grimes anyways. But like, god damn, the Sixers situation is simultaneously, there's so many bright spots and so many sour spots. But yeah, like I said, I really want to know how Philly fans are feeling on this one. If you're a Sixers fan, let your thoughts be known in the comments section down below. But that is it. Goodbye.